everyone, Josie here. This episode was recorded during the summer of 2024, so some of the topics you'll hear may be outdated. If that's not a big deal for you, welcome to the group chat. Turn up the volume and enjoy eavesdropping as me and my friends gist about why Uganda is the place to be.
All right, welcome back to the podcast, Why Uganda? Where, through discussing various themes, we explore why I, Josie, have kept coming back to Uganda, and ultimately what it's like navigating Uganda from both a local perspective and a foreigner's perspective. This episode, we're diving into mental health because it seems like we're all going through it. Agatha.
1G.
What did this week look like for you? Or what's the most interesting thing you've witnessed in Uganda this week? Tell us.
It's a myriad of things, man, from work to life in general. But listen, the dust is unnecessary. Oh, I had an interview on Monday with someone who is prominent.
You're looking for another job?
No, I'm not looking for another job. I was profiling them. I'm looking for another job. Yes, I should point that out. Sorry.
Oh, okay. This was for an article.
Yeah, for an article that I'm writing.
Okay.
It was such a good experience. And it was interesting that they kept saying how incompetent a lot of graduates are.
Yikes.
And to them, incompetence was one of the things of they bring nothing to the table and they want money immediate compensation. But in my head, I feel like as if being able to work for free is governed by privilege.
Is there not a middle ground somewhere where...
There never is with these people, because for them in that time, they came from nothing to something.
That's their story. It shouldn't be everyone's story.
Yeah, but times are different now. You cannot start from nothing to something. Like you need to at least have trust. I've never worked for free. I'll just put that out there.
Really?
Really, I make it a point. At least you're transporting me. At least you're feeding me. I may not be getting a salary, but I have to be getting something. You know, I refuse. And this is like, I just started working like 2017 properly. My first internship was a bank. We had money there. We had lunch. It was not far from my home, you know. The second one, I think, was what I did with Seed. We had a stipend as well and weren't going anywhere.
Ugandans had a stipend. Canadians had to pay their way through the struggle. But anyways.
Capitalism.
You know, this year, all of their stuff is paid, eh?
Yeah, really.
Flights and everything. I said... Okay, money bags.
They are back up, girls, and what out?
That's
so
what happens
nice.
when you get when people are serious and understand what it means to look for opportunities to help people advance, like young students who are trying to make something of themselves. But
so
anyways,
that's it. And the dust, we need to stop it.
The film that is in Kampala.
Sepia tone. In fact, if you're imagining how we are, just think Mexico, hot, dusty.
That's what Kampala looks like.
Yeah.
Honestly, even the green trees here are orange.
Wow.
There is no touristy vibes. If you need translucent powder, just step outside.
Just step outside. You'll be all right. You might cough a little bit, but you'll be all right.
Exactly. Oh, and Bridgerton release, but that's another story.
Miss Whistledown.
Hello. How was your week, Josie?
Oh my goodness. You know what? I came back from a lovely weekend in Ginger.
Well,
In Ginger. Oh my goodness.
And you bungee jumped. I saw that.
Listen. The way that my heart stopped for a full 2 seconds. I was just in the air, just suspended. And then the rope brought me back to life.
Would you do it again?
I would.
Yeah?
I would
so you
do it
think I
again.
should definitely do it?
I think you should definitely do it. In fact, we haven't done much activities here.
We really haven't. Jill, have you bungee jumped before?
No, I don't think I will.
And you wouldn't.
I mean, I want to have kids, so I don't.
Well, what does that have to do with? You think your ovaries will fall out?
They might go through my
Are
throat.
you serious?
Try it first and see. Others have gone before you. And they've been all right.
Let me first have kids. My ovaries might go through my throat.
You think
And
your
then when
bungee
you have
jump as a
kids,
mother?
your excuse will be, I have kids who will watch them
That's
if I
the
don't make
point.
it
That's
back
what she's
up.
trying
Their
to say.
father will watch them.
Exactly.
Period.
I got to live my best life.
So coming back from such a relaxing weekend, I was able to go tubing on the Nile. If you haven't done that, you should definitely. It's so relaxing.
Oh, yeah?
The Nile River.
Yeah.
What's the tax on all these activities?
The cost? That's personal.
Yeah, okay, just send me a DM. I want to know, because you see, the thing is, when people travel here and they're telling you all these activities and you're just seeing your 3 months salary,
Going into an activity.
And he said, this girl can't be serious.
Look. But okay, I think that yes, it is costly
Whoa.
to a certain
You
extent.
didn't even sugarcoat.
No. They have tiers. So they have the prices for locals and the prices for foreigners. But like I mentioned earlier,
If you don't speak,
I'm
nobody gonna
Ugandan,
know.
baby.
Exactly. So
it's not my fault. Anyways, so but I think the other thing is also going with people,
Yeah.
so you can split
Yeah.
the bill.
Yeah.
That helps make the travels a bit more affordable.
okay.
So, but coming back from such a relaxing weekend and getting straight back into like the capitalism of it all has been a bit rough. But here we are, and it's been all right. But you know what? As we get ready to talk about how Ugandan has been rocking us, how Uganda has been showing us all the good, the bad, the ugly, the in between. I'm just so happy that we're not going to be talking about this alone. We actually have a guest with us today. If you haven't noticed, there isn't the deep bellowing voice of
Karane.
Mr. Mihanda. But that's okay because we are honored to have with us to share their perspective on navigating this Uganda/Kampala through the lens of mental health. Jill from Can We Talk. Can We Talk is a conversational game that curates space or spaces for people to come together and have conversations worth having. Jill, welcome.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. I am excited to have this conversation. I've had a conversation with Agatha before, but it was cut short because it was just a live event. So I'm excited to continue that conversation here, but also to have one with yourself.
Yes. Well, okay. A lovely welcome. We're so happy to have you. As I mentioned, I want you to introduce yourself to the listeners a bit. But before doing that, let us know, what did this week look like for you?
This week was actually really good. It was, work, but there's something I'm excited to be working on with the rest of my team. So all of us were so excited for this week. So it was a good one overall. And I just bought a new book, so that closes the week pretty well for me.
Nice.
So yeah, it was an okay week, really.
We love to hear it.
Sancho.
Now let the people know who you are and what Can We Talk is about a bit.
Ooh, so my name is Jill Akanshumbusha. I am one part of Conversations Worth Having podcast. I am the Chief Operations Officer for Can We Talk. Can We Talk, basically what we do is to build communities, and we curate and create products and spaces that enable us to have worthwhile conversations and also to be part of a community. So we do this through the various spaces that we hold. There is support group, there's Chill and Connect, and then we have about 10 editions of conversation cards for us to have all these fantastic conversations in all aspects of our lives. So the person you're dating, your friends, your situationship, sex, work, and a couple of other things, with our latest edition being the What the Theory edition.
I've gotten the first OG deck of cards, and I think I was going through them and I saw that I've actually been through all of the questions. Yeah.
Nice.
So now I just need to find more people to have these conversations with.
Yeah. So
But yeah.
That's a bit about me and what I do with Can We Talk.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to kind of getting into those questions at the end of the episode. We'll ask each other these questions and get to know each other a bit more.
Okay.
But before doing that, let's chat. Y'all, are you okay? How are you mentally? Why are you looking at me like that, Agatha?
Am I?
How would you say living in Uganda has affected your mental health?
I'm struggling.
No, I thought y'all were in love with your precious pearl.
We are. I mean, it's not like we have another option, but I guess
it is
what it is. But I think before we got into the podcast, I said I don't know if I would think of permanently relocating, just because my family is here. I really enjoy it here. Like, I'm happy to travel, but I need to be back to the pearl. But yeah, I guess if you ask, so this is the week after my PMS. I'm doing great. I'm thriving.
Right.
Let's
So if we had asked last week.
It's that 1 week. Let's revisit this question maybe next week. I might be tearing this microphone apart. But for now, I'm good. I think I had a good, maybe like 2 days of rest the other week. So I'm good. I'm okay. Really, I'm okay. I slept well. I had very nice breakfast. I'm okay. I'm happy.
Agatha, what about you?
I mean, I think I've plateaued to a point where, man, I can no longer just focus on that. I can't live life. I have a version of Agatha that's fine. And that's the one that I'm riding with, because I know that there's highs and lows, and you can't ride on the highs and lows. You have to create a constant everyday Agatha who is just like, what do you do, baby? And I think I'm good in that regard. And how has Uganda messed with my mental health? I would say that conservatism has been so difficult for me to navigate to a point. But I'm glad that I'm getting older now. So now I don't really care. I've freed myself, But before, there was just a certain way you were supposed to do and say everything that I didn't quite fit. So I was always in trouble in school, or always disagreeing with someone. And I just kept feeling like, what did I do wrong? My God, I don't belong here. I should just leave.
And go where?
And exactly. So now I'm just like, you know what? Me as me, we love ourselves. We are happy. Uganda is, I'm in it. I'm not of it.
Oh, what does that mean?
Okay.
In it, but not of it. Okay,
Yeah,
biblical
I'm in it.
babe.
Exactly. I'm in it, not
Okay.
of it. I'm in the world. I'm not of the world. Like, just because I'm in a place doesn't mean I cannot exist the way I would love to exist. So
What would your ideal Uganda look like or feel like on a day-to-day?
clear, clean roads.
Okay.
So you're talking about Kigali.
Really, eh?
Thank you.
I should try and move there. I don't speak
Yeah.
the language. But also, like, man, 4-day work weeks.
The whole
I
world
feel
wants
you.
that.
I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah, the whole
We
world.
need
Why
that.
can't we just come together as a capitalist?
Because people aren't even working. Like, let's be for real.
Especially on Friday, trust me, you get in at 8,
By midday. By 10
you're
a.m.
done, you've clocked out. You're just like, okay, one meeting, and you put that meeting on Friday just to kill time and look like you're doing something, but really you're not. Which I think for me is something that I struggled with, having moved from from the one of 8 to 5 to being self-employed. You beat yourself up wondering, oh my God, it's Monday, I'm resting. Everyone else is in the world working. I'm like, yeah, but I had 2 events back to back this weekend.
And
I was
also, those people aren't
working.
working.
Thank you. It's
Like-
the breakfast gossip that goes up until like 11. Then you get into the let's send the kind regards by 3 after you've had your lunch.
The days, your brain has
Jesus.
closed. But you see,
Closed.
the thing is, man, and I could have built that life for myself. I'm trying so much not to stew in regret, but I used to have a kitchen, and it was going so well, relative. Like, it was actually going with
Yes,
it's picked up
yes.
well.
Honestly, I'm still feeling a type of way that I never got to taste your Kella's kitchen because it was done while I was away.
But it's right here. And honestly, I'm honestly considering it, because had I just stuck the course, I would have been at a point now where I can sustain my life as well, Mm-hmm. And so that's one of the things that I would maybe regret. Because with 9 to 5s, I just hate that going to do nothing of it all.
yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm here. 6 hours have gone by, but okay. I didn't
Yeah.
do that.
And you're asking yourself, like, is this my life? Is this, you're watching your potential wither away.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and that affects your mental.
It really does. It really does.
Like, it's like,
does.
is this what I did all that work just to end up here
Yeah.
pushing paper? Which, listen, if you are somebody who loves pushing paper, like, power to you. But I feel like when you know that you can do more,
Yeah,
but the
it eats
system
at you,
around you, keeps you at a certain level, you're just like,
Yeah.
I'm honestly considering quitting, but I quit before and it didn't go well. And I've said this for months. I think
The first time you quit, did you have a plan B?
you girl, no, I did.
What's the plan B?
But the plan B told me, listen, I'm here representing plan Z. Because what you think is going to happen is not going to happen. Those were the longest 5 months of my life. My
5
God.
months, yo.
Yeah, I was unemployed for 5 months. And that's how I learned all of these things. Yeah, that's how Kelly's Kitchen started. And that's how I started actually a career in freelance writing, where I was now getting paid to write. So now I still have all of these things going on, but I don't do them seriously. I think what I'm fearing most about, like, quitting, for example, is how much order I have to have for my, like, I can no longer have nothing days.
If you were to quit,
Yeah, if I was to quit, it would be entirely up to me to make sure that
Absolutely.
you can sustain
I can
yourself.
sustain myself, which I feel like right now is not impossible. I feel like I could, but the hassle of it, oh my God. My God, I don't know. I'm considering it anyway. I genuinely want.
Well, what about, and walk with me here, if you looked for another job while you have this current job, is that possible here in Uganda?
It is, but I've done that and I've not been getting these jobs. If I do, they're just not willing to pay me what I'm worth. And so I always just say, okay, I will not take the job. I'm the kind of person who works with laser sharp focus. Like, if I quit, I'll do what it takes to make sure I get another job, because now I have the freedom to do that, and I have to do that. But if I'm at my desk every day, still dealing with the job and its little needs while wanting something else, I'm not doing it excellently.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm considering it, but I think I'll do it.
So you got to
Yes, baby.
You have to recognize yourself. You have to know what works best for you. I think for me, as somebody who has traveled here, in terms of what my experience with traveling here and how that has affected my mental health, honestly, if I feel like I've shared this with you before, Agatha, but Uganda and Africa as a whole has helped me come to myself.
Wanji. I'm proud to be part of that process.
In the sense that life that side is, hey,
not coming to Africa. We should do it.
Honestly,
that's a nice movie. I'm ready to produce.
Maybe that'll be the title of this episode.
Yeah, really?
Coming to
Africa. Sure, do it.
It's giving coming to America. But being in a place where you are the majority helps you look at life differently. It helps you look at your experiences differently. Y'all have never had to question, certain things that as Black women that side we have to deal with, Maybe y'all have different struggles in sense of the tribalism and whatnot, right?
And the very, very firm beauty standards.
Beauty standards are everywhere though.
But it's different. You see, Jill does country late. Jill is so beautiful, guys. I know.
What are you saying? What are you saying about us?
So is Josie. Josie's beautiful.
What are you saying about yourself?
Skin. So am I, but it's something that I've had to affirm for myself daily, because I grew up as the tall, dark, fat kid, and people are not kind about that. By the time I was 9, my shoe size was 40. That's
everyone.
My mom would take me shopping and people would be like, are you sure this kid is 9 years old? And up till this day, I'm not a fan of shopping, because there was always those, I'm telling you, there were always these comments. So you grow up and people are whispering things in your ear. You could be the smartest at something or good at something, but because you don't fit the physical... You're dancing like music, dance, and drama, or speech day. The Ugandans will understand. You're
but
doing
for the Canadians,
and for the Canadians, I'd call that what? You don't
just
have
arts and drama,
school plays. Yes, arts and drama.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you do so well at practice and almost get a lead role, but then there's a prettier girl, and they tell you, "Oh no, you stand at the back," or you know, and those things, they feed into your mind.
Relatable content.
Yeah, it's like what?
But for us, it was the white people.
You see, but now for me, it's what about me? I remember winning a thing when I was younger, a reading and writing competition. And I think Monitor was supposed to post us or something like that. But it ended up going to another girl and boy who had Western names, but I won't get into that.
Ooh.
But I just grew up. In fact, I should be top. I just stopped putting effort. All the grades I've had till this point are just me seeing life through, because I know that even if I worked so hard, it would still never be recognized. It would always be given to someone who suits, fits.
You were literally saying the same thing that we say, that side, except the difference is
it's happening to you.
It's tribal, and for us, it's racial.
Yeah, and I think it's only until I went to A level in St. Lawrence that I made peace with myself, because there were so many plus size girls there who just loved themselves.
Because as they should,
and I just became more confident there in that regard. Because I had my O-levels were in a Catholic school, and on top of all this misfitting of it, I'm so loud and playful. I'm always in trouble. I was such a menace, man.
Funny enough is I don't know if maybe Josie has felt or seen this. I don't know if you were at any point, as small or slim as I am, where I come from, I'm not the beauty standard.
Yeah, that's true. Because
they want the curves.
Yeah, they want the curves. So even up until now, it feels like I have to fight for my age and be like, guys, I'm actually 28, not
I'm a grown
22.
woman.
Yeah, like you kind of dress me like I'm a 22-year-old just because I might look like 22, right? And it's a thing I really struggled with because the rest of my cousins, even my own sister, is like really curvy, but the funny bit about it is no one is winning, because even for my sister they tell her, oh, you're too big for your age, and I'm like,
right,
what do you guys want?
Where exactly is someone supposed to be facing, or so it's a thing I always struggled with, and I was really insecure about my weight up until uni. And I think the experience that changed that for me was Kampala Fashion Week.
Oh, really?
You modeled?
So yeah, I used to do Kampala Fashion Week. So I was like, I could be in a room with 50 other girls who are my size.
Wow.
And from there, I was like, okay, it's actually many of us. So again, mentally, it's because I always looked to affirm what they told me, which is like, you're not the beauty standard, right? So everywhere you look, you're like, oh, she's bigger than me, so she must be prettier, or she's curvier, or she's this, or she's that. And then when I had that experience of Kampala Fashion Week, it's like I saw more people who looked like me, and I was like, okay. And again, this is something that I sometimes I feel guilty talking about it, because it's like, small people, what are you complaining about? Like, what's your problem? You don't have, but really it comes also with its own stigma.
Body shaming is body shaming.
Yeah.
No matter what type of body you have. Yeah.
So also it was the first time I actually met guys who are obsessed with small people. I was just like,
Wanji.
Oh, now we're talking. Let's get into it.
Excuse me.
There is a space for me.
Oh, yeah. It was like, so there's this one guy who was in my class. I'm just hoping you don't listen to this, but
It's okay. Shout him out.
Hello.
Right?
he was so obsessed with like small girls, and he would be
Fetishizing? Even?
close to that. And it's like, if someone doesn't have a thigh gap, what's that? I'm like, interesting, because as coming from where I come from, it's like you're shamed for having that thigh gap. It's like, do you not eat?
Right.
The worst is when people ask, do you eat? I'm like, I could eat you too, but let's leave it at that. Let me let you be. But yeah, I really can understand why those small things can feed into
into how you view yourself.
just generally how you view life.
And then how you move.
Yeah.
How you move through life. Yeah.
It's the same thing, they say that women will be 3/4 qualified for something, but will not apply for it. A man will be quarter way, just a quarter, and they'll still apply. So it's because they have the thing of, I don't have all the qualifications, so what? So I guess it's the same thing when you say you always struggled with like that. And also guys are used to rejection, man.
Are they?
Let me tell you, one of the
are.
things that will help
I
you get
think.
successful quick is acquainting yourself with rejection.
Is it rejection in the sense of like women or
Not women, just just
generally.
in general. It gives you more guts to ask, to seek, because you know that this one
What's
has
the
said
worst
no.
that can happen?
They've said no, I'll go. But for me, in the past, when someone told me no, Jesus, I would spend weeks crying about it. And
How could they reject me, a whole me?
Right? And I started listing all the things that in my head I know I'm excellent at, my friend. But now I've made peace with it. If someone says no, I'll be like, all right, you come around.
Or you won't.
Yeah,
Or you want, and it's
I
okay.
know.
Or there's
That's
another
okay.
option out there.
Yeah.
And that works. That helps you better, But also, like, I'm glad that we're talking about like just everything involving life, from our past to our present to our future. Because really, and I say this all the time as a mental health activist, is that mental health is really just your daily life. There's a huge focus on the illnesses. There's a huge focus on the
things that are extreme.
Yeah,
on
like the
other side.
sadness.
Yeah.
But even extreme joy is not a good thing.
Yeah.
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 That's it's what is that? Is that manic or psychosis? Something like that.
It's close to that,
one of
because
those things.
in terms of mental health, like, this is the listeners can't see, but it's supposed to be like a flat line. That's what most of your days look like. You're not necessarily excited or working or looking forward to anything in particular that is like big, of like, maybe I have a new purchase, or I'm going to this place, or I'm going to see this person, right? But it's just, you're there, you enjoy your food,
Just
you had
a
good day.
steady joy or steady happiness.
You're not sad about anything, you don't have anything particularly spiking your
Yeah, your
excitement.
emotions, yeah.
And on some days, some weeks, some months, it will be like very high. And on some weeks, it will be very, very low. And of course, if you're female, you know you have the weeks where it's like very high, very low, very this, very that. So I guess mental health conversations really focus on both extremes, which is like you have too much joy, or you're too sad, as opposed to what does
The
it
realities of
What is
every
my
day.
everyday Josie like?
Yeah.
what does it
So,
mean
yeah.
for me every day? It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, I have one exciting thing coming up over the weekend, but what do the 6 days look like for me?
And how am I feeding into myself? How am I catering to myself every day? Not just when I'm super happy, not just when I'm super sad.
Yeah.
But y'all, there's so much stigma around mental health.
For sure.
I know back home and even just within the Black community, mental health is not something that it hasn't been something that you can talk about freely, because it's always associated with like, oh, that's a white people thing, right? That's like, you just toughen up, it'll be all right. Or maybe it's also just like pray and it'll go away.
Girl,
Listen, the
the
prayer. Listen, let me tell you, my friend yesterday, because Thursdays are fellowship, and I used to go to Faneru, but I haven't gone in a while. Because for the longest time, every time I went to church, I would come back just feeling like a crappy person.
Like,
you know?
did I pray enough about this situation?
I'm not praying enough. I can't speak in tongues. I'm not aspiring to marriage the way the rest of the congregation is. You know, I'm working on being forgiving. What?
Aspiring to marriage.
Honestly, I'm not. Because every single sermon, he's going to talk about marriage and how women should pray for their marriages and how marriage. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, listen, thank you so much. You said that yesterday and last week. Today, I want to know why the border prices keep going up. You know, how can God touch my finances?
Where is one avocado 2K?
Thank you. And why do I have
that's
such
a
a
lot?
hard time for giving people? It is.
Yeah.
Are you paying 2,000
How
for
much?
avocado? There should not be more than 1K. Who is
And
cheating?
But they're
1K.
big. The one right up the street.
Please.
I
stop
thought
it.
we were
should be
friends.
1K.
What do you mean?
That should be 1K.
Yo,
Yes, the big
hold
ones.
on.
The small ones are
Where should I
500
be
and the
adding-
big
where
ones
should
are
I be buying
1K.
my avocados? And why have I been getting cheated?
Do you see?
I can't believe this.
You see the power of community and talking about your issues?
Honestly, but it's also the right community.
Maximum avocado, you're going for 1K.
Yes.
And that's like,
No matter how big it is.
No.
it doesn't matter. You see
Really?
the ones that look like they went to international schools.
Those are 1K with a
avocados, those are
shiny
1K.
back and a nice scent, that's
with like
1K.
the inside that looks like, good
Or else
cookies
it's
type.
500.
Yes,
Yeah,
avocado is
the one
supposed to be
that does the
500, babe.
exports, please give me at 500.
Yo.
Thank you very much.
You've been paying avocado at 2K? Interesting. Didn't even...
And you'll see this and think that I have money, but I'm just being cheated. Yo.
But that's my whole point. Like, I know, like, listen, the black people as Africans, and that's the prayer of it all. While prayer changes things and can stabilize an emotion and allow you to pause before you react, for me, that's what I see prayer as.
And also just give you this sense of calm and peace.
Yes,
that, like,
yeah, I'm always just like, every time I'm annoyed about something, I'm just like, listen, God, calm down from your high horse and listen, look here what this person just did to me. You know? And then I can breathe and now allow my brain to think of other perspectives and approach the situation in a more rational manner.
But I
that's
also
what prayer
think-
should serve. Mhm.
I also think most of the people who are, when we think of religion and praying and this, people are teaching the prosperity gospel, which is like, in 3 months, you're going to get 50 million shillings. How?
If you believe.
If you believe.
Yeah.
But it's like,
and that's what leads to depression.
yeah, because it's like,
'Cause you believe
told
so
me,
much.
You told me in 3 months, I should be driving this car. I should be this specific man you told me
Right,
should
will
be
come
here
into
in
my
my
life,
house and
yes.
find me and ask me out, right? But people don't think of, like, God gave you a brain. Otherwise, you could have just dumped all these things you pray for onto your plate. But he said, no, I'll spread it so that it's not overwhelming. Imagine in 1 year, you pray for a husband, for a car, for a house, for this. Do you know how much goes into maintaining all those things?
He will provide. No, I'm joking.
I see, which is what the mentality is. It's like, oh, I asked for a car, he's going to give me maintenance, but your job gives you 200K. How are you going to maintain it? Like, it's the understanding that, okay, that's my
Delulu is
understanding.
not always a solution.
Yes. The Lulu is good for you to just get through the bad moments where you keep
Yeah.
saying, yeah, better is coming. But really on a day-to-day, the Lulu, yes, will get you somewhere. But it's like, you've prayed for 1,000 things. Imagine for everything you've prayed for, God just gives you.
Yeah.
Would we have the patience towards each other even as people? Like, would where would the space for humanity be?
Right.
As opposed to, okay, I prayed, it didn't come. Sometimes even you pray for things, but do you really need them? Do you really want them?
Honestly, coming into money and coming into like more than what you're used to definitely changes your outlook in life, changes your relationships, and all of that affects your mental health.
Your mental health, yeah.
But why do y'all think there's such a stigma around mental health here? Or what is it like? Enlighten me.
First of all, I experienced that firsthand because of the work I do. I can clearly tell you, I don't think my parents know what I do for a living. They're just like, oh, you talk, you speak English. Okay, good for you. Yeah. So it's, people are like, the things you do are like white people things. And at first
Hold on. Why is it only white people who are afforded the space to
talk about their emotions?
Yes.
Because it looks like they've plateaued to a level of life.
Because we've been
that they have created.
Yeah.
First of all, they created the narrative, they spread the narrative, and now people have bought into the narrative.
And then they change
to serve them.
Right. It's like, hello.
But also, I guess we've been fed the struggle mentality. It's like, if you don't work so hard and you work 24 hours a day, you will not make it. But it's like, you don't expect me to actually work the same hours that my great-grandfather worked.
There weren't even that many, by the way.
Yeah, it's like, it's like, I don't dig. Like, I'm not digging, so I don't need as much physical energy. I don't need as much time to work for me to acquire, I don't know, land or money or something, right? So we've been sold the struggle mentality, which is like, which also is the same thing that they tell women. It's like, oh, if you don't give up, I don't know, the way they've framed the mentality around marriage, it's like, if you don't lose yourself, this marriage is not going to work. And I'm like, no, why can't two human beings who are adults get together and see what that means for them on a day-to-day, as opposed to one person having to lose? Because also that doesn't serve anything. Do you want an unhappy mother for your children? Do you want an unhappy boss because now she has a job, she has people she employs and this and that? So it's we've been sold that the thing of you have to show strength, you have to be the, but it's like, who is that serving?
Right.
It's not serving anyone. It's not adding anything to anyone, because instead of talking about the nuances of just existing, of humanity, it's like, oh, the dysfunction in families or poverty or unemployment or this, we choose to hide behind the, life is about struggle and whatnot. So I guess it's why we feel like talking about our feelings or our experiences or sharing these parts of ourselves is seen as a white people thing, because I guess for them they've been accorded the room to
be their full selves. Yes. So, the good, the bad, the ugly. Yeah.
So on a day-to-day, I find people questioning what I do. But I think one of the most fulfilling things for me is having all these sessions and people getting to share. And then they go, yeah, I can't afford to miss the next one.
Right.
Because I know what this has done for me. So that in itself affirms you. Now we've had people cross over and go, yeah, I actually see what you guys do.
Yeah.
I understand and we appreciate what you do. So yeah, there's that stigma where it's like, the work you do is for white people. I'm like, but no, we're talking about black people problems. It has nothing to do with, because most of us you've been born here, you've gone to school here, you live here, you work here. So really we're discussing our problems. It's not
in our reality.
Yeah. It's not far-fetched things of like, oh, okay, we don't have issues of like race here. So that's not a prominent point of discussion in some of these things, because it's not our everyday reality. All of us look and have similar experiences. Yeah. So it's saying, they have room to talk about their experiences where they are, and we should create our own space. And again, that's the one way we can change our narrative.
Yes, by controlling it.
Yeah, by controlling it, sharing what our experiences are. And so for me, there's already that stigma.
Yeah, but you're battling it day by day.
Yeah,
through the events and the spaces and the work that you do.
Yeah,
either as a mental fitness advocate.
I like that.
I really like this mental fitness branded. What has your experience with dealing with the stigma of mental health here in Uganda been like?
Deep process,
I mean, from the stuff that you've shared with me I always just find it so fascinating that it seems like it's just such an uphill battle, right? From not being able to be yourself, not being able to share freely, like the experiences that you go through the ups and downs, you're just kind of like, it's very isolating. But how have you navigated that?
Isolating indeed. First of all, I had my first mental breakdown when I was 20,
20
years.
My
and it
goodness.
pissed me off that I was hearing and learning about these things for the first time through experience.
Yeah.
Like, I knew nothing about what I was dealing with. So that's how I became an activist anyways. So much research, so much seeking for knowledge, reading books, self-help, seeking professional help. Mm-hmm. I also did research on mental wellness, community beliefs and perceptions about mental health for my dissertation at my career. And that's where I found out that it's not even the stigma stems from a lack of understanding.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
These people know, because I did my research in Lira, which is a rural urban community. It's
In the
not-
north
In the
of
north,
Uganda,
yes, in
yeah.
the north. And people would tell you things like, oh, depression is to a term like the disease of thoughts. Oh, it can be caused by heartbreak. Me, when I don't have money. So people were aware. People were aware that they don't feel okay on such and such occasions. They just didn't have a name for it. They didn't have an easier, more affordable way to deal with it. And they also fear to come out and speak of it because they see how people who have had, like, say, manic episodes are treated.
Yeah.
I spoke to a health worker even during my research, and he said, when people have their first manic episode, and they have an outburst of, say, expressive anger or they're violent, immediately they'll start treating them like an animal. You find they've tied the person's hand, they've isolated them in a room. How do you expect that person to then come back to their humanity if that's the treatment you gave them?
Yeah. You've isolated them from their community.
Thank you. So what happens is you need to just, let's all breathe, give that person grace, because one of the things that I've also learned with my experience and the times when I have low moods, it's terrible, but it won't consume me for the whole day.
Because this is just
Yeah, but at first I didn't know that it could end, because there's a time I was in a really, really dark place.
It seems so
It's like I had like only 30 minutes of peace, and then after that I'm down this dark abyss of I don't know what. Like, the thoughts were terrible. But after some time I started telling myself, how can I increase this 30 minutes to now an hour to 2? So now I'll get a low mood, but it won't last and it won't affect my entire day. I now know to just sit, hear what I'm hearing, or journal it and remove it from my brain, and then deal with what actually caused it,
Yeah.
So the stigma really has stemmed from a lack of understanding. I even had a blog about it.
Yeah, I wanted you to talk about that.
Yeah, I
'cause
did,
I feel
like-
like you talk a lot about your mental health experiences through your blog.
I really do. And at first, the first one, because this is now a second one, it's not as detailed as the other one, but the first one was so open. I even talked about my suicidal ideations. But you would have friends telling you things like, Agatha, you need to heal whatever it is you're dealing with. You need to move on.
And you're like, that's what I'm trying to do.
that's my goal.
Exactly.
That's what I think I want to do.
We agree.
And what annoyed me is like for the person to say that at the time is one, we were really close. And they said, when I had my experience, you were also shallow about it. You were also not kind about it. And I was like, you had your first experience before mine. I didn't know anything about this. I think maybe God anyway. They say this all the time. You go through things
Never
for other
say
people.
it can never be.
Yeah,
me.
it will be you 2 times over. Because when that person had the experience, all of us didn't understand it. They just became so withdrawn. And there was such a killjoy, for lack of a better word. And I personally just wanted to understand what it is was going on and how we could better the situation. But that's not how they were seeing it. They saw my curiosity as, as being mean or stigmatizing. I don't know. So when I had my time, it's like, oh, it's a chance for me to get my lick back. So they sent me this entire paragraph. I think I have screenshots somewhere. I don't know. Or in that
Receipts.
Right? Or in that actual article, I shared screenshots of it. And the person said, and whatever you're going through, heal. Your depression cannot be the first thing that meets everybody at your door. Because it had gotten to a point where that's like, again, and what people don't understand is depression is very traumatizing. It's that even when you start getting happier, you're always looking at over your shoulder because one day,
Yeah, it could visit again.
and it will. And from my experience, is that every time it came back, it was worse and worse and worse.
Not
and
like
worse.
the demons in that Bible
I'm
story.
telling you, because that's really what it is. Like,
Brought all of his friends.
right? Because the first time I brushed it off. The second time it wasn't. There's a time when I couldn't even move my limbs. I think I was in 3rd year now.
University.
Yes, university. And my roommate was so scared she had to call my best friend to come and see what was going on. But I was bundled up. Mind you, it's like 3 p.m. I'm bundled up in my duvet and I just can't believe what it is I'm feeling. And I'm such a ray of sunshine. I say this jokingly, but I truly am.
You are. This we can affirm.
Yeah, but so to experience something as dark as that, it really, really scared me. But I think around 2020, when I started blogging and everything, I put my foot down and I told myself, listen, I'm not the one going to live life like this.
Right.
I come from love.
Period.
Like my family loves me. I'm the youngest, so of course I'm loved. Lol. But also like I have friends who are genuinely open to seeing me get better. And like, do I want all my potential to waste in my bed because I cannot just deal with whatever these thoughts are?
Man, that whole potential wasting in
Right?
the bed. And it's just a cyclical, like the thought pattern is just so cyclical, and you're just
always
like,
just there staring in the ceiling.
yeah.
And I'm just like, I have so much potential. And also I started to look through it. And this is funny, but I was just like, so if I kill myself now, if I use a rope, that's not a way I want to be found.
Also,
If I
trigger
took
warning.
pills,
Aesthetics are not
that is one big giving. If I took pills and they didn't work, I'd mess up my brain for real. But then I'd still have to live with that
They
messed
pump
up
your
brain.
stomach.
What?
You know what? Let me not say anything.
Don't say it.
Yeah,
Just release me.
Yeah.
And like the options just weren't there. I was like, no, if I stab myself, that's still a lot of blood.
Wow.
I thought through all of it. I can't afford euthanasia now.
Not you can't afford euthanasia.
Yeah, and so
Not your finances humbling you from your suicidal attempts and ideation.
The last straw in my head that brought me back to life was the fact that if I can think of how to kill myself, I can think of how to live. And that's why my blog is called Keep On Living, right? I was like, yeah. So I picked myself up. And that's why I'm such an asshole to people who cannot do that. Because I know that depth that I brought myself from.
No,
and that's why I
but
don't,
look.
not in a bad way, right? I don't mean asshole in a bad way, but like, I don't understand it. In asshole in the sense of, like, you will not come into my space and bring certain stupidity. Because
okay,
I
for you.
know, for me, because I
yeah.
know where I've grabbed myself from.
Right.
So if you come with any understandable shit, please, the door is there for you. Because I don't ever want to go back to that
It's
point.
open even.
Exactly, wide open. So I had to learn how to pray properly.
Yeah.
Right? That's how the Phaneroo came in. At first, before the apostle got married and had kids, he was telling us how to live and how to pray and how to live a life.
What you trying to say? What you trying to say?
Now he's constantly talking about I don't
He
need
wants
to have
everyone
problems.
to have
Please-
sweet
please let no
love.
one attack me. I'm so sorry. Let no one attack
Listen, when
me.
you taste goodness, you want everybody to have something.
Right? Maybe, but ever since that dude married, my God, I don't know what it is.
The man is in Lavingos. Let him be.
I don't want to hear it.
Never mind. Let me not say that.
So and I also started reading a lot. I eventually graduated, so I committed myself to doing my research. And by 2021, I'd finished the research as well. And I graduated in 2022. I started to also look at my environment. Like at the time I was living in Chirombe, in the girls, okay, not girls, our home is okay. But like, if you're not Chirombe, you know what I'm talking about. I removed myself from there. I made it a point to make sure I live in a place that I love, that is clean and airy and full of light. You feel me? And I'm making sure that the friends that I have, at least you should have a willingness to understand what mental health is, because it's something that I'll constantly talk about. You need to learn. And some of them have learned and some of them are aware. Obviously, there are those who like fear me or that I make them anxious or whatever. That's just an
Which is a
indicator
mental
that-
health thing in
for
and of
them.
itself. Let's talk about it type
but
thing.
also
Yeah.
even it means you probably don't belong in my space and I'm okay releasing you. You can play with anything, but not my mind and my emotions. Once I realize that that's what you're doing and you do something and your first thing is just heal, life happens, you're not the first, you're not the last, you think you're better than everyone, you're not the... Once I hear that jazz from you, no one is forgiving anyone.
Yeah.
Okay, just go.
that-
It's
Anyway.
like we don't have to force this.
Yeah, we don't have to force this because
yeah.
I will never heal. I will never see the pain that you're seeing. Not that I will never heal. Josie,
In the sense that words mean things. I'm just over here, but you're talking in parables.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I get it.
I will never move on from. Look, like depression is so traumatizing. That's the one thing that I'll never let anyone forget. Even when I'm dating a person and I realize that that's not a thing you're open to understanding. Yeah. That dating
Jill,
one is
what
important.
you want to say? Speak.
Tell
If
us,
you speak.
Jill, tell us.
If I speak. If I speak.
These men have shown you.
They really
You
have.
guys, you forget who you are.
but
You
also
really
the men are not okay.
Yeah, but
Like-
you see, the thing with dating, sorry, Josie,
No, go ahead.
especially speaking for people who live here, like you've gone through the system, you know how it goes, you know everything. And I've come to learn to forgive people, but forgiving doesn't mean that I engage with you. Right. So it's like people will tell you you're asking for too much when I'm like, so what are your intentions? What's up? What's your goal? What do you want out of your life?
Yeah.
Like, is this something that you feel or think it's going to be something? And people are quick to say, oh, I'm not sure. I'm like, that's okay if you're not sure. I've been through that place where I wasn't sure about people or something.
Yeah.
And you let people have their own space to figure out what it is that they want, but it shouldn't be your business helping them figure out what it is. Like, you know your own life story, you know how your life has unfolded, you know what you want.
But when you were figuring that out, did you do that alone?
I did.
Look,
I did.
Because listen, and that's another
You
thing.
really need to do it on
by
your
yourself.
own, because other than that, you're bleeding on
Okay,
other people.
right.
But also the last thing you want when you're picking up yourself is to be riddled with other people's opinions, because nobody like, it's such a person, like nobody
Agreed.
knows for you. Nobody knows the thoughts that are consuming your mind, how you're feeling. And it also becomes a physical issue, because now when I started to date and the person was causing me so much stress, my body was physically in pain.
Yeah.
You know, I got something called cyclical valvitis. Google it.
Oh, there's so many words.
Please just Google it.
Just repeat it real quick.
It's cyclical valvitis.
Okay.
Means every time your period is coming, your vagina just hurts.
Interesting.
There is nothing wrong with you, but your vagina just hurts.
Yeah.
And I went to
You're
like
about to
over
free
4
so many people right now. They're
Yes.
gonna be like,
And I went to so many hospitals. I went to Bethany. From Bethany, they sent us to MBN to do tests. I went to this Kampala Independent. I went to St. Catherine. Everybody was like, you're fine. There's no foul smell. There's no discharge. But me, I was in so much pain. And I started to get migraines.
oh my goodness.
Do you know my blood pressure was rising? And the person is always like, you need to stop stressing yourself.
And you're in your early 20s, a young babe.
4 years old, 24 years old.
By the way, one thing that someone in my life was telling me, she's a much older woman. She's getting into her 50s.
Yeah.
She was like, in your 20s or at whatever age, and when you're dating someone who you shouldn't be dating,
Yes.
even in your heart of hearts, you know you shouldn't be dating them. You're forever going to be sick.
It's true. And I was sick.
Something is
sick.
always going to come
And
up.
I was
and when I
always
tell you that the first
angry.
time I got a migraine was because of a man.
It is.
Leave that species alone.
And I was always angry, and the person couldn't see why.
Guy.
And the person ended up experiencing me as someone who is angry all the time.
Yeah.
But like, they were hurting me.
Right,
You understand?
right.
They were hurting me, and they couldn't leave me alone, even despite the pain they were causing. Like, so I decided like I had to choose myself. What hurt me most now, like, we like say the friends that I had eventually fell out with, is because they were also aware of all of this, but they continued to bring the person to my space. And even when I complained about this person coming to my space, their response was, you should heal and move on. Such things happen. You understand? And so I said, so that's when I told myself, there's a post on my IG that says, it's about time we started living. This is April 2023, last year. I cut my hair as well, but that wasn't the reason. Now I've made peace with the fact that I genuinely don't like hair like that. I prefer my hair short, but like, that's the day I just told myself, I cannot let these thoughts of these experiences and these people consume me. And at the time, I'd already, because you know, now my mental health and me dealing with depression has been, let's say, from now 2017 up to this point, to a point where I've made a career out of telling people to care for their minds actively, right? I have a blog. I have featured on a few websites and magazines. I now have a podcast where I talk about it and try to make it positive. And and that's why I'm all about mental fitness, because I know it's about how you live your life every day. It's not all live this whole anxiety, depression, bipolar jazz. Yes, those are disorders, they exist. But every day, mental health is your psychological, emotional, behavioral wellness and psychosocial wellness.
But look, Agatha, I feel like nowadays people are just kind of overdoing it to a certain extent as well, and they're just using like therapy
Big
speak,
terms.
you know,
big therapy
to try to run away from actually dealing with their issues. You know, they're
Also,
like, I'm setting my boundaries.
yeah.
No,
No,
you need to have this conversation.
Yeah. Lack of accountability, which is on the other side of the spectrum.
One of the things that helped me breathe when I started going to therapy, one of my therapists, an older lady, and I know we're very so much into relationships because they affect your mental health as well.
Especially in your 20s.
Yeah. It's because then you've not yet understood. You've not yet affirmed that this is the experience that I want to have.
But I also think it's because you're seeking community in one person.
Yeah, regardless
instead
of parties.
of expanding it. And we're gonna get into that a bit.
But so one of the things that she told me was like, Agatha, I've been listening to you all these days, and I realize your challenges are because you lack boundaries.
Because you love boundaries.
I lack.
Oh,
and she was right. I was living in my parents' home, and I would allow. And if you had a problem, just come and we stay. But not everybody has good energy. People are going to annoy you. You understand? Or you're dating a guy, and within the first month, it's not even about sex, by the way. But within you've accepted him wholly without question. You've not checked his background. You don't know where the person stays. You don't know his upbringing.
Honestly.
You know, you don't know the person. You know what he has showed you he is. And a few months down the line, who he actually is starts to come up. Now you feel trapped because, unfortunately, once you awaken love for the wrong person, that's a whole other prison.
Yeah.
Because when you love someone, there is nothing anyone can tell you, and you're young. And for me at the time, Bambi, you're 24, you're 25, your friends are marrying, your friends are settling down. You also want to be part of the
That's a
work.
whole other conversation.
It really is a whole other conversation. Because now for me, I missed my graduation twice. And I kind of know how it felt like to not do things when your friends are doing them. So when it came to the whole marriage bit of it all, I was like, oh, I better not get late for this bus stop as well.
Right.
But I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. I told her I'm thinking about marriage 5 years from now when I'm 32. And she said, Agatha, no, that's so far. We shouldn't wait that long. And I'm telling you, because I'm not going to be married longer than 32 years of age. I'm going to be married and have a family for over half of my life.
Yeah.
Why should it consume me now?
Yeah.
You understand? And I've already experienced
Let
the
me
pain
tell
of a
you,
nonsense man.
The
Of a nonsense man, worse off when you don't know who you are.
Yeah. Thank you.
the pressure that is also put on women when it comes to this particular topic
Your age,
definitely
your this,
affects
your-
your
I'm
mental
like-
health. It affects your self-esteem, your self-worth. It just has you questioning all these things. And then if you're the type to also be like, you know, you at least have some surety in yourself and you push back, now you're asking yourself like, you're alone in that pushback.
For sure.
And you maybe you start doubting that as well. So it's like you can't win.
Absolutely.
And listen, don't even get me started because
You know,
I have thoughts.
that the people always argue and they're like, who told you that if you got married at 30, at 32, at 33, it's a guarantee that your marriage will work? I'm like, it doesn't give you a guarantee, but it's like, I know who I am.
Yes,
So
and I've chosen that dude.
I've chosen this person.
Yeah,
It
it's not
never
happened to
comes.
me.
If it ends, it ends. I've not lost bearing of who I am, right?
Yeah.
But it's just when you know what you're getting into, it's a whole other story if you got into it blindfolded,
Yeah.
right?
But I think it's also like at that point, you come to terms with the fact that like your choices are your own and you will deal with the consequences come what
When they
may.
come, and you see, that's the thing. You not mentally prepare, but like if anything happened, you don't feel like this is the end of the world. This is it, right? Because you've invested in other things in your life. You lived your life. You have friends. You have a job. You have friends. You have a community. You're part of this large group of people who are, yes, some of them will hold you down through the whole experience. But it's just like, I can't imagine being 23, my frontal lobe is nowhere in existence. And now I'm dealing with a divorce. Like, you make it make sense to me how that's a place for anyone to be, right? And again, it's not like all of us should get married at 20 or 30 or 32. All I'm saying is let people choose what they see fit for themselves, because they know what their story is. They know why they're making the decisions they're making. They know where they're coming from to do these things. So I could tell you, oh, it's because I'm from a dysfunctional family. I want to get married early. And again, most experiences, you could have the same experience as someone, but your approach to life or the way you view life after that is different. Someone could say, I want to get married early because my parents had a bad marriage, right? And I want to do right by myself. Or I don't want marriage. I saw what my parents had and I don't want any of that, right? So you let people have the option of nuances. It's like, if you got married at 28, good. If you get married at 35 good. Also, we're not planning. I don't think most people in this generation want to have 8, 10 kids. So if you got married at 33, you could wrap up the business by 35 with 2 kids, 3 kids, right?
And must we have them? I have nieces and
There
nephews.
is that also.
Thank you so much, my siblings. The question was how we navigate the stigma around it. And for me, I would say the first thing has been to continue telling my story, because we go through things for other people.
Yes.
And continue to tell my story has made people feel seen. And I'm glad that for me, when I had my experience at 20, I had no Ugandan to search about and find representation.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can be that for people now. You can just read my blog and find a solution for your thing. People DM me all the time and say, oh, I need a therapist. I need a this and that. And,
Also,
and I'm
just
glad.
knowing you're not the only one having this experience.
Yeah,
It
it
takes
gives you
away
some
the
courage.
pressure.
And honestly, one of the things that I really enjoy about how we navigate this back home now, I think that COVID changed so much. I think that people came to terms with the fact that they're not happy with their lives, they're not happy with themselves, but they want to be happy. And so they kind of did what you did, Agatha, where it's like, what do I need to do to get to where I want to be? And what will it take to get there? So now I've seen more people like developing apps that, or directories even of therapists across Canada.
Yeah.
And specifically within the Black community, people have like specifically Black therapists, because there are things that you go through as a Black person in a space and system that was never built for you, that other people don't understand, and you want to have those conversations with people who do understand and who have the tools and the resources to be able to help you navigate through that. So being able to like see these directories, being able to say, I want this specific type of therapist, and being able to find them. And I know therapy is not
I do.
cheap.
It's not cheap, but
Therapy
also,
is not
like,
cheap.
It's work. One thing people don't tell you is that therapy is hard work.
Therapy is work, but honestly,
Yeah, because
listen,
you have to do the assignments.
the last time, but honestly, I don't like that. I really don't.
Like, I didn't pay you to give me assignments.
And you have to practice them, I'm telling you.
I don't know. Maybe I'm still having my kind of experience with therapy and therapists and the assignments of it all. But I just found it so like, what do you mean you want me to go and think about X, Y, and Z? I already think enough. I need something. Maybe it was the type of therapist, and that's something
That's
else.
also something, yeah.
Right. But I point being, I just love the fact that like Black people, and especially young Black people back home, actually have taken it into their hands to be like, look, your generation, be like maybe our parents or the older generation, y'all dealt with your issues a different way for whatever reason. You raised us in a way where there was so much stigma around it, but enough is enough.
Yeah.
And we're going to speak up, and we're going to speak out, and we're going to do the things that we need to do to heal and to feel better about ourselves, like individually and in community.
Yeah.
And I think that is what has given even me courage to like seek things, because I've always been like, you know, I'm someone who's quite introspective. I'm always open to having those vulnerable conversations. But I think being more open about it, or allowing even more people in, is still a work in progress.
But it helps.
Yes. Or even getting like the tools that I need to be like, look, it's not just about talking. Like there's other aspects that somebody who is professionally trained in this can help you see that you can't necessarily see. But honestly, I would say that one of the toughest things about navigating mental health is doing it in isolation and seeking community and not finding it. That's why I'm so like, I admire so much the work that you do, Jill, with Can We Talk, because you're literally creating space for people who are just like me, who are like, who can I talk to about this? Who am I going through?
Yeah.
Am I the problem? Is it me, Lord? Like, you know, you're just like, I cannot be the only one experiencing this right now.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. And thank you. I want to, what Agatha said about, no, actually you said that therapy is not cheap. And this is something that
It's low budget therapy.
Yeah. It's not low budget. So we've said, okay, we all can't afford therapy, right? But how about if we had a model that worked for us in our context, in terms of what budget we have? So it's like we can come and share our experiences, which is the same thing as I guess people in the US and Canada have more experiences of like support groups, right? It's just people sharing, and the essence of community is for you. Even when you go to therapy, you need to practice these things that you've been taught in therapy, the things you've learned. So you need community to sort of help you exercise this and find where the loopholes are. It's like, did I heal? Why is this still triggering me? Why do I still have a problem?
You know what? To that point, really quick, 'cause sorry to cut you, but I find people who say that, like, you think you're healed, but you're not actually healed. You've just isolated yourself.
Thank you. And it is a problem we all have.
Yeah.
Like everyone who goes to like as opposed to Agatha's lack of boundaries, like they told her, the people who think boundaries is like, I'm cutting off the existence of everyone else. It's like, we gave you tools to coexist with other people, not forgetting what your needs and wants are, right? So when with community, you're able to still see the things that trigger you, but also the thing with therapy, which I find also for me as a person of faith, works is before you respond or react to someone is asking yourself, why did that trigger me?
Right. Yes.
Why? What is it about
What is
me?
it in me? Yes.
Or in me that is making me feel this way about what they said or what they did, right? And it doesn't take away the validation of you feel what you feel, and it's absolutely valid, right?
It's information.
Yeah, it's just cross-checking with yourself and you're like, I thought that was not my problem anymore. But no, it's like, also understanding that being part of community and therapy and healing and this is not, it's a lifetime process, right?
Yes, yeah.
Because we go through seasons. You have your good seasons, you have your bad seasons, but also just generally seasons. It's like, now you have a job that pays you 1 million. Your set of problems is very different from the ones that you had when you were earning like 500K. Or so having community is for you for all these seasons of your life, as a single person, as a married person, as a parent, as you know, when you experience loss, when you have a job, when you don't have a job. So it's just having people that you can constantly commune with through all the seasons of your life. So I think for me, that's something that gives me so much joy from the work that I do. And I really, if it were up to me, everyone would have access to all these things that we do. But unfortunately, we're not rich enough to have space.
Not yet. But you're
It's
changing
coming
lives.
to it. It's coming there. But listen,
Thank you.
and also just really no one knows for you, man. I think for me, that's one of the things that I keep telling myself that has kept me going.
Yeah.
It's like, me, I know why I'm doing this. For your perception of me is not my reality.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
That's true.
It's the truth. Those are facts. Like, because now what am I going to do? Will I mold myself everywhere? Yeah. And also, Bambi, go to therapy, guys.
Heal.
I know it's not like something that people are open to, but what it does is it gives you a new perspective that you may have missed, that your friends may not be confident enough to tell you
It
also.
helps you change your own narrative. You've been telling yourself stories.
Yeah, and the person is like, no, but this is not, like when I went to therapy, for example, for my questionable relationships. And the person was just asking me that, do you not see yourself as deserving of a good, healthy relationship? Why do you keep getting yourself into all this? Like, start to see yourself as someone who is worthy, because you are. You know, look at you. Like, don't you think you are? You're talented. You're funny. You have a great ass. Okay, they didn't say that, but I'm just putting it out there for my future applications. Anyway, my whole point being is like, you need to do the work. Unfortunately, with those dark spaces like depression, no one is going to pick you up from it. We want to glamorize it, or we want that all friends should be there, friends should understand, and they will in a way that they can. They will show up and support you. But the huge chunk of the work is on you, 100%. It's up to you to go for the sessions. It's up to you to take your meds if you're getting those. It's up to you to, have your routine and stick to it, at least for a time.
But I think it's also
stabilize,
the value of community is not so much to focus just on like the mental health problem or whatever,
but
it's
also
just
to remove
even
you from it,
like we've said, it's a daily thing. It's living in community with people who feed into your soul and help you remind yourself like that you are a whole person, right? Just spending time and talking about life and enjoying that replenishes you, right?
And it's important for your community to be like-minded people.
Yeah.
Because you don't want a situation where your friends think you're seeking sympathy, or you're the one person who can never just heal, And I saw a discourse on this on the timeline recently, when the person was like, oh, some people are always sad, like they're always going through something. Like, you are annoyed for that person saying that, but that's the capacity their mind allows them. You feel me? So you're seeking for these things in the wrong source. Some friends just don't have the capacity, which is why again you need to go to therapy. Leave your friends from these things. Yeah, like laugh about it
Yeah,
after.
that's true.
But
There's
if
a
it's
role.
heavy, got
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
who has a professional, capacity and has the practice, the skills, and the space for you to
Yeah.
tell you, okay, this is what not that to tell you what to do, but to just listen. Because there's
guide
power
you.
in talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you recognize that a friend of yours is open to listening to you and you guys can kind of create, your community and start from there also you. Obviously, come for Can We Talk because there's so many live-minded people there.
Sancho.
Like Chill and
it's great
Connect. It happens
conversations.
on the last Thursday of every month, I believe, at the Coterie, which is where we met.
Coming up.
Me and Jill.
Yeah, it is.
And they're celebrating their 1 year anniversary on my birthday.
We are celebrating 1 year
really?
for
Yeah.
Chill and Connect, but also 5 years of Can We Talk.
Congratulations. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
I remember when I went to the first Can We Talk event. It was actually Karane who had invited me to y'all's book club. And because I had just come to Uganda, I was looking for community and just opportunities to interact with locals. That makes it seem like it's a specimen. But honestly, just to feel normal. Right? Because a lot of times you can also, I can feel quite out of place. And I'm just looking for people who like I can vibe with and chill with. Right? And so being able to go to the book club, at first we were talking about the books and then we started talking about, everything
else, yeah.
So
Actually,
it's
that's
been a blast.
how Chill and Connect came about. It evolved from a book club because we're like, we say let's read this book, but people want to come here and talk about life in general.
People have to get things off of their
of their
chest.
chest.
Yes.
So we're like, okay. We'll still have the book club for people who really just like their interest is purely just books. And then we'll have Chill and Connect where people get together and just talk. But also I think something else I would encourage people to do is please make new friends.
Right?
You don't have to stick with
How do you do that?
It's again community-based events like Can We Talk, where you find someone and you think that the thing with making friends, it's not like the first time you're sharing heavy things. It's like, I see you at these events all the time.
Yeah.
So the third time I'm going to be like, hey, good to see you. My name is so and so.
Right.
And then we sit next to each other. And then we exchange numbers and then we can plan a date, right? So please make new friends because the version of you, like who you are now, like for me at 28, there's some friendships from like the age of 18 or 20 that don't serve me. I still hold space for those friendships, right? So we have things that bring us together with those people. Like we have a good history, we have good memories. So every once in a while we'll meet up and, reminisce about all these good times and good moments and have a laugh. But also my friends from like when we're like 17, 18, they remind me so much of the child I was. So our bonding or whatever it is that we're doing is usually, it reminds me to go back to that person, right? And it's like the current me is somewhere in space, just looking at who I was at 16 and observing what my journey has been.
Yeah.
They allow me to be childlike also, which is good for you. But also my new friends who I've met maybe when I'm like 26, 27, 28, they're people who I relate with at this now, right?
Who you are
of
now.
who I am now. So I guess allowing ourselves to make new friends who are, I don't want to say level because it feels like, but like who are on the same journey as you are, right? So if it's your career, if it's finding a community, or if you like activities, find someone who you can do those things with. You don't have to rely on your, old friends who you probably don't have things that are, aligned with who you are right now.
And that's
So,
okay.
yeah.
Allow yourself and allow your friends to grow and evolve as life happens.
For sure.
But on that topic of like finding new friends and conversations worth having, I have a couple of Can We Talk cards here that I want us to go through. So I'll ask a question and then pass it on down, and each one of us will ask. We'll maybe do 2 each.
Cool.
And then, I ask, you answer. It's a call and response.
Okay.
So Agatha, Jill, in this season of your life, what would you like to let go of / release?
Can I go first?
Yes, of course.
So my word for this year was intention or intentional. And I think in this season of my life, I'm very much focusing on money, in the sense of what is money? What are my beliefs around money? What does success look like to me? Does it like what is it about money that I need to know or unlearn? So I guess in this space, I would like. Sorry, what was the question? Make more, let go of.
What would you like to let go of / release?
What I would like to release is the fear about and around conversations surrounding money. So it's like
Me and you and me both.
it's like, oh, I have this good friendship, but we can't talk about money. It's like this: your friend is struggling, but they can't outrightly tell you, "Hey, this month is hard," because the conversations around money are.
There's stigma around that too.
There's stigma around that, and the more mysterious we make something seem or feel, the more power it has over our mindset and belief. So I guess for me, it's around money.
Okay, Agatha.
Fear. There's just fear around so many things. And that needs to leave me alone. Because I left it, but it won't leave me. But I'm really, really, really fighting to let go of unforgiveness. Because every time I try to forgive a person, then I remember what they did, or I'm brought back to why I shouldn't forgive them in the first place. Then I'm riddled with thoughts of they knew what they were doing, it was intentional, they just hate you, and that's why they do stupid things to you. And life is not always about me, People don't do things because of you. And it has also taught me, this journey of healing and forgiving and whatnot has taught me to have grace and be gracious to people. So yeah, unforgiveness is the one thing that I really, really want to let go of.
This is going to sound a bit weird, but it's a thought that I am still processing. And we were talking a bit about this before we started recording, but just this idea of being overly empathetic at the expense of my boundaries. I think I definitely want to release aspects of that. And also just recognizing that I cannot truly help other people if I'm not helping myself. So it's not selfish to be selfish, if you know that you genuinely have a good heart and you want to be of service, but you can't give from an empty cup.
True.
So that's what I'm working on this season.
Okay. I wish you the absolute best, both of you.
You too. Money your way. Money bags.
Thank you. Speaking of money, what's the one thing you'd spend the last of your savings on?
If I said chicken, would that make me a big bag?
We welcome big bags, small bags, all the bags over here, okay? Period.
Because one thing about me is I will eat.
Listen.
I will eat and find a way of making back that money.
Me would be Gonja crisps and KFC chicken because there's just something about the KFC chicken here in Uganda. I do not eat KFC back home.
Really? Yeah.
But the KFC here. Oh my goodness, I cannot get enough.
Big activities.
Okay, but last few coins.
The fact is, that's actually serious.
I think I would say an experience.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, some sort of activity. Or, something that can help create memories. I don't mind spending money on that.
I also never have a last coin. For some reason, every single time I spend my last money, I get it back almost
multiplies.
immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately, yeah. And I keep saying this, but I mean it. Like
that's that magic. You've spoken to your
That's it. So I'm never, at least in that regard, I've stopped being anxious about money. Also, what would help you just interject in your releasing fears around money is just knowing that it's a tool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It helps you get things.
Yeah.
So even when you say that you shouldn't say you don't have it. Just say, right now I'm not able to afford or spend on this, but can we revisit?
Yeah.
That's what they are. You need to be hopeful.
Yes.
Agreed.
Because you know how people say it's energy?
Yes,
like
it is,
money being energy, and just honestly in general, when you want something so desperately, it's just there's something energetic about it where it's like
it will come.
It's and it seems like if you're too desperate, it doesn't like desperation.
Listen to my desperation though.
Yeah,
but what'd you say?
My GLE, my Mercedes.
Okay, should listen
to my desperation because I want it to. It's not that.
It's listening from afar. Not you chasing.
Next card.
What I would spend my last savings on is a good outfit.
Listen.
One thing about me.
Yeah.
She gonna come out dripping.
Dress.
Yes.
We love
Everything
to see
else
it.
can fail in life, but please, let's.
Oh, it's good. And see,
What does that say about us? I love this question, actually.
Yeah.
This is so interesting.
The big backs.
All the big bags unite. Y'all are welcome. We're all big bags.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So I would do that actually.
I love that.
Yeah.
Not to give me that card where there's biscuits in it.
Speaking of,
Ooh, what do you wish you could experience for the first time again?
You guys, that thing where you're like in love, it has really gone away.
I understand.
you just need to find a new person, no?
I can't remember the last time I was like tingly. It's like that kind of thing died. Someone just came and then
I rebuke it. Far be it from you. It'll come back. Right, Agatha?
yeah,
It honestly rarely does.
Eh?
it died.
I understand what you're saying. That's why I'm agreeing. Because I've reached that point as well.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm not actively seeing a person now. I am. Ish, must they accept me? So, anyway, the whole point being, like, I like the person so much and I want to, like, experience them long term. But there's that excitement that is just not there.
Yeah.
And I know it's not because I don't like them. I just know that I'm past the age.
Of like the two.
After, after 25,
Where you're, like,
it's about
excited
disappears.
to like see them.
I'm telling you.
Maybe I'm a bit
Maybe it
naive,
will
but I
come back.
reject to believe
Isn't
that.
it not you who said
because
that you
there's
haven't,
so
like-
much life to live.
There is, but when you've had like 5 heartbreaks back to back, girl, you have to turn off the lights.
I guess what are you doing with 5 back-to-back heartbreaks?
God, we can't even get into that.
How
Tell
did the
me-
heartbreaks find you? Anyways.
Anyway, tell us what you would do. You wish you could experience for the first time.
I think for me that, yeah.
That's what you would say. I think, thinking off the top of my dome, I would say certain books. There's certain books that you read and you're just like,
Wow.
What a love.
no, honestly, there's some talented writers out there. Obviously, I'm maybe not so obvious, but I'm talking about like, the Toni Morrisons, and also
Some of
just
my-
some more like Jodi Picoult. I grew up reading Jodi Picoult, for those who know, hello. And I had no business reading that lady at like my age, in my teenage years or whatever. But
Was she erotic? Where can we find her books? I'm asking for myself.
Agatha.
Yeah. Yeah, girl.
was she? Not really, but it was just the storytelling of it all, right? There's just, oh my goodness, there's this one Nigerian author, Caleb something. He wrote Open Water.
Yeah.
I read that book. I said it helped me understand men
One
a
J.
bit. Yes.
I
Yeah, I know.
try to understand from those species. Use that energy to understand yourself. But I hear you.
And you know what?
Thank you.
Now I kind of want to read more from like Black male authors
Okay.
who truly go there.
They have things to say, huh? Okay.
That
Especially
book.
to you, Agatha.
No, because he was talking about, I'm sure it was a novel, I believe, and it's talking about a relationship and the deep love that they had for each other, but somehow, I can't remember what happened, but they didn't end up together, right? It was kind of this like 2 ships at night type thing. But the way that he wrote that story, that's a story I wish I could read for the first time again.
Okay.
Wow.
Agatha, I'm going to get you that book.
You should. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'd love to.
She's taking that seriously, Joe. You better get her that book.
Yeah, by the way, because let me tell you something. One thing about me, I don't give up. I'll be in your DMs on Monday. Like, so anyway.
Let me first. Actually, the book I think you should also read is Atlas of the Heart.
Okay, which is what you have here.
Yeah, I have been reading a bit about it online and reviews, so I think you would enjoy it.
Okay, fine. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for helping me get my spark back.
What is it? Stella's getting her groove back.
What I think I should experience, something I keep thinking, and I had such an energy for life. And I wish I could go back to that. Like I used to give my all to things and want them to be the very best, whether I was working, whether I was in love, whether I was being a friend in my head anyways. Or, like I used to be so open and expressive and joyful about new experiences. Now it's just always like, yeah, that was a good Monday. So I mean it's a bit sad and I don't know what I can do to get it back, but I wish I could be more excited about life.
What if you don't get that back? What if it just looks different?
Good question.
I just hope my grandkids meet me because I'm a dope babe. That's it. That's all I can say. But I think I'll work. And if I don't, then it will just be a work of rewiring my brain around that, and telling myself. And I was telling someone this recently is, I don't feel joy or excitement when I accomplish things. I feel relief that it's finally over. And I started to realize that when I finally graduated.
But you also went through a lot.
Yes, I also went
Just
through a
to
lot. But by the
graduate,
time it came, I was just over it. And I kept telling my parents, I don't want a party. Give me the money so I can furnish my new apartment. They're like, no, we celebrate your siblings. You should celebrate you as well. But I just had no... Like physically, obviously I had to be excited for the plot, but I was just relieved. Same thing when I did my live recording and I finally finished it. I was like, oh, finally. But the joy of it all, and everybody's always like, I'm so proud of you and this and that. I'm just like, yeah.
What's next?
I'm trying. So
Yeah. Listen, I'm sure a lot of people can relate.
Because what am I going to do? Oh my God, the second question is a wild card.
Okay.
Give me a compliment. Tucks hair behind ear. Not you guys delaying.
No.
Okay.
Do you want them to be genuine?
Yeah.
Like, give us some
Josie.
time. Man, Agatha.
Oh.
I enjoy your energy.
What's left of it?
And so, can you imagine if this is what's left of it?
Right.
Imagine you
How
like,
much it was.
right. You know,
Yeah.
Don't let life steal.
My God,
steal
I
that
wish,
joy.
I wish.
Yeah. It
come
will
back
find
eventually.
you, and it can look different. And I think you should allow yourself to let it look different.
Okay.
Because I relate so deeply with that. For me, it was like confidence and this and that, and it's just like. Maybe the same way that you picked yourself up from your bootstraps, like Annalise Keaton,
Period.
and started walking into your destiny. You know, walk into that. And I think that's something else that I really admire about you.
Yeah.
You're able to recognize what it is that you need and step into it, no matter what, right? You've had so many challenges and people, like, someone can look at you and not tell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, not in a bad way where it's like, it's a
She's a
facade.
strong woman.
But
A little far away.
but more so in the way that, like, especially as someone who's seen behind the curtains a bit, someone who's done the work, you know, like you do the work.
Yeah.
And you show up for yourself
Yeah.
in the good, the bad, all of that. So I really admire that about you.
Thank you.
But also you have a lovely smile. Your pictures always come out great.
Yeah?
Honestly, when did you learn to like pose and stuff?
I don't know. My photographer is doing such a good job. Shout out to her.
But even before, like, girl, way back in 2018, you were always doing the thing. Like, honestly. Anyways, even though you always made fun about me and how I'd put my eyeliner. So,
And you learned bullying works.
no thanks to you. Bullying does not work. But no, I've enjoyed getting to just grow in life with you over these few years.
Josie. That's my compliment. you don't, because she never wants to say it back.
Oh my goodness. Jill.
I think so. I'm trying to count how many times I have met Agatha. So this should probably be our fourth.
Yeah.
We had a meeting. We met at Chill and Connect. Then the live recording.
Yeah, this is our fourth. But I just mentioned like at the other Chill and Connect. But me, I see you from across the room. Yeah.
My compliment to you is my body feels good when I talk to you.
Are you hearing, guys? Hey. Please, thank you for today. I think I want to go home now.
You see what we mean by community?
Yeah.
I think I've learned to feel and sense people using my body because
True.
My nervous system tells me everything I need to know about someone. So if I can sit and have a conversation with you and be happy that I actually sat next to you and enjoyed who you are, and it's not because we have similar values or interests or like I don't think I've experienced you to that degree to know what, like the small nuances of who you are or what you're about. But I ask my body, how do you feel in this moment? And it says, I feel good. So for me, I think it says a lot about who you are as a human being. Yeah.
Am I supposed to compliment you guys back, or we just keep going with the wild cards?
We can keep going. Ask your second one.
Ask your second question, Jill, because I'm not asking a second one, guys. Thank you so much for hearing my voice today. Bye.
If you had a chance to live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
Oh man, that's so hard for me because I feel as if I'm so nomadic.
Okay.
So I would live where my people are.
Same.
And my people are a bit all over. And I'm okay with that.
Okay. Living, I would for sure want to just live in Uganda. Maybe just go experience the world and come back, bring all my experiences and lessons and things and bring them back home. Like I said, my heart is where my people are, and most of my family is here. So yeah,
Agatha.
Where would I want to what?
live. If you had a chance to live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
I want to have homes in different parts of Uganda. I want to have a home in Munyonyo. I want to have a home in Gulu. Because Gulu was shocking a really nice town, eh?
It is,
And they're constantly developing it, eh?
very organized.
I would want to own a home in Gulu and in Munyonyo here. Where else would I want to live? I've wanted to relocate to Canada for years, so I want like a metropolitan experience, like think Toronto, London, New York. You know,
What's the learn?
London, New York. I want to experience that kind of contemporary lifestyle. And I in my head, I don't know why I feel like it's such a good place for artists.
It is.
Because I hope to like write to author a few books in my lifetime, and I feel like that's a place where that's a place where I would find the global #1 bestseller recognition. I need. Yeah, those are the two places.
In Uganda, I would definitely want to live in Luzera.
Oh yeah, that's where I was born and raised. What part of Luzera? The mosquitoes, but it's a good town. I'll give you that.
Next to the lake.
They have those white thingies. But
Where
now
is
you
this
can get those
Luzera?
nice-
Have I been? I
No,
don't
you
think I've
haven't,
been.
but you could. I'm sure they
Like
can take you to a
drive to be
place.
specific.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
In all my time here, there's still so much to discover. Honestly,
Yeah,
that's
there
why
really
I'm just.
is. But
There's so much life to live.
and where did you say you'd want to live, Josie?
I said I'm
She's
nomadic.
nomadic.
So where my people
A
are.
vagabond. Remember that joke?
Which
I'm sorry.
which one?
No, I don't know when you came the second time in 2022 and your things were in a store somewhere back in Canada. So we just had this running joke.
last yeah.
You're like a vagabond.
Oh, God forbid. Please,
No,
please.
man, it's okay.
Okay,
This
final.
missionary. Mhm.
Oh my goodness, Agatha, you've turned everything
sorry.
into what?
I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness, I can't even. What is the biggest change you've noticed between the person you are today and who you were a year ago?
Ooh, I'm richer.
Period. So maybe you and Jill should have that conversation.
I love having money, guys. Make money. It doesn't have to be millions, but just knowing you can make enough to be comfortable and richer in a sense. And it's not about cash actually, because I'm comfortable in myself knowing that even if I left my formal employment today, I'd still be able to live the life that I live now because I have enough skills and talents to sustain me. And I'm so grateful to God for that. I'm also a genuinely more grateful person. I used not to know how to be that. So, and I've learned how to just be grateful for just God keeping me on borders safely every day.
Amen,
Food, skill. I'm also genuinely more confident in my skills and talents. When I started my Instagram last year, like posting regularly, I had only 500 followers. Now I have like 1,300 something, almost 1.5. And then that's a good growth. Now I'm more confident sharing myself. So I think that's also a good thing. That's a difference between, and I have more grace towards myself. I think it comes with age. Back then I'd beat myself up when things didn't go my way, when I didn't achieve what I thought I wanted to achieve. But now my ass cheeks are unclenched. I'm just relaxed.
Love it for you. Oh,
flowing.
I'm
She's
just
flowing.
relaxed. I'm flowing. I'm okay. I'm glad to be alive also. So yeah, that's a difference.
We love to see it.
I
Jill?
love that for you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm a bit more sure with what I want out of my life.
Oh, that's
Late
huge.
20s girl. We
in
love
terms
it.
of career or my purpose, or what are the things that when I try to look at what my 10 years would look like, I feel like the work I'm doing now or what I've been able to do aligns with that Jill 10 years from now. Also, the other difference is for me, my relationship with God. It has gotten better I'm more confident in my relationship with Him as opposed to maybe what society says or what I think I should have done instead of, So I think those two things, but also I'm a bit more like towards people. I have really so much more grace. Like when I look at someone say something or do something, my first instinct is not to react and go, you're a horrible person. It's like, I wonder what experience you had in this life that you thought this was normal for you to do or to say. So yeah, I think that's the difference for me.
Wow, y'all have had so much growth in a year.
I love that for us. How about you,
Right?
Josie?
The biggest change I've noticed between the person I was a year ago and the person I am today. Where was I last year? I think similar to the empathy and boundary point that I made earlier, I am slightly more open to taking risks at the expense of what people think of me. Yeah. And just being willing to be like, you know what, I'll deal with the consequences.
Usually it's just their thoughts or imaginations but that has nothing to do with you.
Yeah. But no, I'm very mindful of, because it's not just any randoms who, I'm trying to be considerate of.
People who are so close to you.
Yeah.
Whose
And
opinions of who you are matter.
right. And who want the best for me. Right. But it's also like, are our wants aligned? So being okay with those wants not being aligned and choosing to see what my wants and desires look like and where they could lead. So yeah, I think that is what has changed, or what is the difference between the person that I was just a year ago and who I am today. We'll see who I am in 6 months.
My God,
Good
I can't
for you.
wait. I honestly believe I'm going to be so hot when I'm 30. I can't wait.
There's something about the beauty of the women
Yeah.
as we get older.
Yeah,
I
the more
think
you
so,
the more you
yeah.
come into yourself.
To
Yes,
yourself,
yeah.
The more
and
beautiful
you're a
you
bit
become.
more. And it's usually finding the small things about yourself. It's like, what do I like to wear? What do I like? Long hair? Do I like short
Yes,
hair?
so much.
yes.
Do I like dresses? Do I like jeans? Do I like lipstick? Or
Am I a makeup girly? Can I invest in that?
Finding your style, coming into yourself.
into yourself and just saying, okay, I guess this is what works for me. I like to look at myself looking and feeling like this, so I'm gonna work towards that. So I wish that for you, Agatha.
I'm so excited to achieve it, guys.
And-
the
and
only
you
thing I'm praying
shall.
for now is a Karane. I'm passing a basket, guys. If you have a bond, if you have a lose,
Every episode, Agatha has prayed.
and I'm
For
praying,
her
I'm
jelly.
manifesting. It's coming. to
If you
me.
don't have a jelly by the end of this mini-series,
I will know that this manifesting thing doesn't work because
No,
I'm not
no,
anyway.
no.
I'm not. If you have 600 million, anyways, just call
and
me.
the number increases every episode.
Because that guy is 600 million. I've never put a figure in it, but I asked around in bonds. That was last year. Anyway, the price may have risen because of EFRIS and all these things, but yes,
They whoever is coming your way, they got you. Anyways, thank you, Jill. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you guys for
Let
having me.
everyone know where they can find you on the socials, as well as Can We Talk.
Sancho, thank you so much, guys, for having me. This was so fantastic. The first thing that made me come, Agatha was like, we have so many snacks, but I've actually enjoyed the conversation. I have enjoyed getting to know Agatha a bit more and getting to know Josie. I guess we've met here and there, but
Yeah, it's that thing of seeing each other from across the room.
Yeah, from
Because
across
I've
the
come
room.
I've come to y'all's events. And
Yeah,
stuff.
so
Yeah.
this was
But
such
I'm
a
shy.
Are you?
good question.
You haven't seen me shy.
Why? In my head, you're the confident big sister who I just fall
Same.
around.
I look at her and I'm like, look at that confidence.
Exactly.
If I woke up and I had that confidence, guys,
I would be like, excuse
day
me,
for
this is
done.
what I ordered.
Okay, that's a whole nother
I
conversation.
love it. I love it.
But yeah, thank you so much for having me. I've enjoyed myself. You can find me on Instagram and yeah, just find me on Instagram.
At what?
Akanshumbusha.
Please spell that for the people.
AKANSHUMBUSHA. Guys, that's actually my government name.
We love to see it.
Yeah. Then you can find us. If you can't remember the spelling, you can go to our Can We Talk page at Can We Talk 256. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We're on there. So please give us a follow. Like, also we have a podcast, Conversations Worth Having, on YouTube. So you can find us on there. Follow us, like, subscribe, share, and show us some love.
Show them love. Go have conversations worth having. And also check out me and Agatha. Agatha, let the people know what your socials are. And let us know what you thought of this episode.
I actually enjoyed this, and I hope a lot of you, especially for
I
the
want
young
them to
women-
let us know what they thought of the episode.
Oh,
but
Jesus Christ. Forgive me. You see, that's how self-absorbed I can be sometimes. But it's not wrong.
I know you loved it.
I did. I
But
genuinely
what are your socials, Agatha? How can they find you? We want to get that 1,300 to 1,500.
Thank you so much, guys. Follow me on Akelo's World on Instagram. I talk about mental illness from time to time. I cook. I MC. You will have a good time there, relatively. Yeah.
You will.
You will. And at Akelo on Twitter.
All right, and I am It's Josie everywhere. But yeah, I hope that y'all learned something from this episode, and we're reminded that, like, look, listen, this mental health thing, you are not alone in what you're experiencing and what you're going through. And if you do feel alone, seek community. You know, go and find there's Can We Talk here in Kampala in Uganda, and if you're back home, like in Montreal in Canada, there are therapists that can be affordable, that offer services at a sliding scale. There are events and opportunities to come together and to chat. There are resources out there. So when you get the chance, and when you're in the right headspace to seek for them, please do. Tune in next week to find out what we've been up to, how we're navigating these Kampala streets, and ultimately why
Uganda remains our country.
Bye.